Hey guys, I'm Britt and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to those that are new. Remember to go hit that like and subscribe button because that will be greatly appreciated. And even if you aren't new and you're a subscriber, please go hit that like button because this story is really personal and I'm about to share it with the world. So let's get started. As you guys saw from the title, I'm going to be talking about my battle with hormonal acne, and let me tell ya, it's a battle. It's still a battle. I mean, right now it's calming down, but like back in like March, it was full on brawl, okay? Oh man, I have come a long way and you guys will see that. And I still have ways to go, but I'm excited about it, you know? Some of these products that I did use they're like everything I did, it is natural, but I just want to say some of these things did help me. They might not help you. Some of these things I did try didn't help me and they might help you. So I feel like it's just a hit or miss because I mean we're all different, but I'm still gonna share everything that I did. I also have my laptop here because without me making notes, I would just be talking in circles the whole time, and I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible, but I probably won't, to be honest. So where it all began, I felt like my acne started at the beginning of this year. I mean, beforehand, I always had acne, but it really started getting bad or noticeable at the beginning of this year. I didn't really do anything about it, to be honest. I would just leave it because that's what I thought. If I just left it, didn't worry about it, it would just go away, but it wasn't. So I would try different facial cleansers and all that stuff, but it wasn't like it would stick. Like I would try it for like 2 seconds and then I would get bored or think it didn't work and then I would just stop. So that probably didn't help at all, but that was just me. And it started getting worse and worse. My cousin suggested that I started taking videos of my face because I never could tell if like certain products worked or not. So thank God for Snapchat. In my eyes only folder, I have all my videos of my face and I still do it to this day, and that's the best advice I have ever gotten. So thank you, shout out to my cousin for that. But I'm gonna be showing some pictures or little videos during this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. That's something that is really personal and I don't think I'm ready for, but oh well. I'm just trying to make this video so I could help maybe one person out there. If it's just one, that's fine with me. I know when I was going through all of this, well, I still am, I would search videos about it and they definitely helped me. So hopefully I can just help someone out there in need. But at the beginning of the year, I didn't know what to do. I would try these facial cleansers and it just wasn't working, so I would stop, but my face would get worse. And it was to the point where I would wear makeup. And I mean, as you guys see in my videos, I wear makeup sometimes. I'm not wearing makeup every day, but it turned into like, I'll wear makeup every single day. And I just didn't feel comfortable like that because it's just not, just wasn't me. And when I wear makeup, I like to look natural. And I felt like I would have to put more makeup on to hide my acne, and putting makeup on doesn't help already. So I felt like it was just a lose-lose situation for me, but it's just like I would keep putting on makeup because I didn't want people to see what my face actually looked like. And it was so sad. Like it was so bad. It was to the point where I just always wanted to hide my face. Like I would always wear my hair down on one side because my left side was worse than my right side. So I always wear my hair on this side of my face to cover it. Like, I just wasn't feeling pretty anymore. And it's sad to think about, but it's true. It's definitely true. And it was to the point where I couldn't make myself feel pretty anymore. And it was a hard time. Like, I would cry about it, definitely would cry about it. And I knew I needed to change it, but I just didn't know how, and I didn't know what to do. But after I found out that I was coming to Sweden, I made another deadline to myself that I was gonna take the whole time in Sweden to really work on myself and work on my face. And if it wasn't gonna change by the time I moved back home, then I was definitely gonna go see somebody about it. So that's what I did. When I first got here, nothing really happened. My face was the same. It didn't really get worse. But that's when I first decided to make my first YouTube video. I really don't know what to use. If you guys can comment down below stuff that you guys use. And I asked for help if anyone knew or just wanted to suggest anything. And one of my subscribers did suggest me trying milk. And she just basically told me just to put milk on my dark marks, and eventually my dark marks would go away. And let me just say, thank you for the suggestion. I definitely tried it. It wasn't until my face broke out again, and I felt like my face that time broke out even worse. And that's when I just decided to stop using the milk. So I knew I needed to do something else. That's when I reached out to my best friend. She's really into all the facial stuff. Like, she loves helping me, and I always go to her for help. So I went to her for help, and she suggested that I tried this facial oil because she knew the girl that made it. So I definitely got a bottle, and I apologize because I finished it all, so I couldn't even show you what I got. But hopefully I'm getting a new one very shortly, so I can show you guys if anything. And it was to the point where I was like, I would ask anyone for help. So I told my best friend to send her a picture and to get back to me to find out what type of acne, since she specializes in this now. So I was like, okay. Well, while I was waiting to hear a response, I did also decide to cut out junk food. And since moving here, it was a lot easier to cut out because it's not like I had a car to just drive to a fast food restaurant. Going grocery shopping, you can't really buy fast food things. So I definitely tried to cut out a lot of junk food, which I think I did. I stuck to just basically drinking water every day. The only downfall was being here, I was around sweets. And for some reason, coming here, I definitely realized that I love chocolate all of a sudden and that I could eat sweets for days. So that was kind of hard to cut off, but I definitely try to stay away from those things. I would have it maybe once in a while, which was fine, not every single day. But I felt like that still didn't really change my skin. It just kept it the same. So I knew I needed that extra push. My friend got back to me and she told me that she thought I had hormonal acne. And I was like, hormonal acne? What's that? And I was like, okay, time to research. Did all the research I could, watched so many YouTube videos. That's why I decided to make mine today, is because those videos definitely helped me. I would sit there and watch them basically all day and just see what they did, what helped them, what didn't help them. So even like me creating this video just helps one person, that is fine with me. That's why I'm doing it, just to help someone out there in need. But yeah, so I did that and I did my research and I looked up signs of hormonal acne. And the first one was, you are not a teenager when you get this. And it's like, yes, that's me. I'm definitely not a teenager anymore. That was a check. Next one was you get acne along your chin and jaw area. And as you guys can see from the pictures, that's where majority of my acne was right in here. And I was like, oh my God, yes, check. Breakouts once a month, which I mean, I didn't really take in until after I read that. It's like, I think maybe, but it was always around the time, my time of the month, where I would get more of a breakout. And it's like, okay, yes, another check. Fourth thing was stress, which looking back at it now, like I definitely was stressed when I first started getting this hormonal acne. I didn't realize it at the time, but that was around when I gave myself that deadline and I was trying to see if I could go play overseas somewhere, and I didn't know. There was a lot of what ifs, and I would definitely just stress myself out. There's a lot of times where I couldn't fall asleep at night. Like I couldn't, and I would stay up thinking about just everything, like every single thing that was wrong in my life, I would just think about, and that didn't help at all. And so I realized I was stressed. And then the last sign was you would get painful cysts. And for those that don't know what cysts are, they're these certain pimples where they're not like a white or black head where you can just squeeze it and it just comes out. They're these deep pimples where you would get bumps and they would just hurt. They're just bumps. And you couldn't really do anything about it. Like, and I would get them all in my jawline. And it's like, okay, yes, another check. So I had all these signs where I had hormonal acne, and I was like, okay, definitely have hormonal acne. Now where do I go from here? How do I fix this? So one thing I decided to do to help my stress was once a week, which I made on a Wednesday, because that's when I didn't have soccer or anything to do at all, is I would make that time for myself. And I still do it to this day, and it definitely helps everything. Like, it just helps. I call it my self-love day, where I just do things for myself, whether that's try a new hairstyle, do makeup, like I said in my other videos. Like, I just take that time for myself. I try not to stress about all the other things that is happening in my life at the time, and I think it's just better just for me, not just my face, just for all of me. And definitely loving myself more was definitely, I feel like it helps, but it just wasn't enough to get my acne gone. So I knew I had to change more. I just didn't know what. And it wasn't until like I was watching a YouTube video and this girl said something, and that's when the light bulb literally just went off in my head. And she said that we get acne basically because something on our inside is not right and our body's trying to tell us. And I don't know why I never thought about this. I have no idea. And it was like, ding, ding, ding. Like, what the hell? I was like, what the? Okay. Like, that's when I started thinking like, okay, what are natural things that I can do to help my insides get balanced or whatever, so that it could stop coming and showing on my face, like, you know? So one thing I did come across, and I did a lot of research on it, was apple cider vinegar. And I decided to do it. They always said to get a certain brand, but here in Sweden they didn't have that brand, so I just picked up a random one just to see if it worked. And at the time, that's when I was working out a lot more, so I wanted to get, or I had the goal to get my abs more defined. And so that definitely helped because it's supposed to burn your fat more, and it's supposed to balance your pH levels on the inside, which I thought would be a really good thing. So then if my body was balanced, then my face would start to clear up. And honestly, it did help. It definitely did. I don't know if I would have bought the right brand, or if I had, I mean, I didn't have the right brand here, but if I would buy the brand that everyone recommended, then if it would have helped my skin more. But it definitely did. I would have apple cider vinegar with water, lemon juice, and cayenne pepper, and I would just drink that once in the morning and once at night. But I feel like if you drink too much of it, then it starts to become unhealthy. So I definitely wanted to take a break, and I'm off it now. But back then, from May to June, I was definitely drinking it, and I definitely, like, looking back at the pictures, you could definitely see a difference in my face. And I was like, yes, thank goodness, something is happening. Like, okay. But again, I still needed that extra push, you know? So then I did even more research, my research being YouTube. I watched even more videos, and people were saying that something that could help clear up hormonal acne is going gluten and dairy free. And that was, like, as I said in my last video, that was like my last resort. I really didn't want to switch up what I was eating. I already cut out junk food, sweets, and now I just didn't want to cut out everything else, because then I felt like, what could I eat? I felt like I couldn't eat anything. But I decided to do it because I was willing to try basically anything at this point. So I decided to go gluten and dairy free. I actually went dairy free a week before going gluten free, just to see if that would help my face, just being dairy free. But then again, I was really impatient, and I just decided, whatever, I'm just gonna go gluten and dairy free right now. And I cut it off like cold turkey. And at first, I didn't think anything was happening to my face, but then I started noticing a change, and I was like, okay, this is the first time I'm noticing a real change in my skin. Like, I'm gonna stick with it. Even though it's hard as hell, I'm gonna stick with it. And that's what I did, and to this day, this is how my face has turned out. I mean, I do still have my dark marks here and there, but as for hormonal acne, that has definitely gone down. It has been a hard journey, and it still is, but it's so satisfying. Like, before, I couldn't really look at my eyes only folder. I would just go in and just take a picture and save it, and then that was it. Like, I couldn't look at myself. I just didn't want to look at myself because I wasn't seeing a change back then. I was trying all these things, and I just wasn't seeing a change. And it wasn't until now, where I decided to go gluten dairy free, I was actually noticing a change. And it has been crazy, and I don't know, I can now go in to that folder and just look at all the pictures, and I feel like I'm getting emotional. But I can now look at my pictures, and I am happy for the change that I have gotten. I feel like my face and me have just come a long way. I am okay with not wearing makeup like that anymore. And it's such a good feeling. Like, it's definitely a good feeling. I would say I still need the extra push, but the way it's going, the way my face has cleared up so much, like, looking back at the beginning to now, like, who couldn't be happy about that? Like, to think about, like, where I was at the beginning of the year, I didn't like myself, and it was hard. It was hard. And now it's like, okay, I'm back, I am back. And I'm so happy. Like, oh, it's been a long journey, and I'm still going. Definitely still going. But I'm just happy. I'm just happy. So I hope this video can help one of you out there. I really hope it can, and I hope it does. But if you guys have any questions, definitely comment. Or if you don't even feel comfortable commenting down below, you can always hit me up on Instagram. I get comments sometimes there where it's like, oh, I've been keeping up with your videos just once in a while. And it's like, it's so nice to hear from you guys, because it's like a reminder of I'm doing it for a reason. It's just like, it just reminds me, like, this does help people out there. This does help that one person out there. And always feel free to tell me, or just let me know, you know. I'll definitely respond anytime, every single time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is really personal, so definitely, if you haven't already, go like this if you are still here listening. But thank you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.